Luxury cars, designer suits, and first-class flights. Sounds like the life of the rich, right? But what if I told you that some of these rich people aren't actually as wealthy as you think? Yeah, that's right. There's a huge difference between looking rich and being wealthy. Let me break it down for you because it is easy to get swept up in the whole look rich, live rich lifestyle. But trust me, wealth goes way deeper than just shiny toys. Ready? Let's go. The illusion of wealth. Fake it till you make it trap. Let's kick this off with something that we've all seen. Influencers and public figures who flaunt their luxurious lifestyles online. Designer bags, high-end watches, private jets, exotic vacations. But what if I told you that a shocking percentage of those luxury items are either rented, borrowed, or flat out fake? It's true. Many influencers are essentially actors playing the part of the rich guy for the camera. They rent luxury cars by the hour, borrow designer outfits, and even fake private jet photos. There's a whole cottage industry dedicated to helping people look wealthy without actually having any real financial assets to back it up. You've got Instagram models snapping pics on private planes that never leave the ground. Some are even posing in fake first-class setups at airports designed just for photo ops. Wild, right? Here's the deal. Looking rich has become the new obsession in the age of social media. But what does it really mean to be wealthy? And why is this whole performative affluence such a trap? Old money versus new money, the real wealth divide. The answer lies in understanding the difference between old and new money. You know, the people who have had wealth for generations, the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts of the world. Those families don't need to show off. They're not out there flaunting logos or flashing stacks of cash. They're playing a whole different game. They don't need to prove they're rich, because their wealth speaks for itself. Old money is quiet. They own castles, land, businesses, and things that are passed down from generation to generation. They're not out here buying every new trend just to look cool. They don't need to, because they have got real, lasting wealth. Think about Warren Buffett. The guy's a billionaire, and yet he still lives in the same house that he bought back in 1958. This man could buy an island every day of the week, but he doesn't care about showing off. Why? Well, because wealth is about stability, not status. The richest people are the least likely to flaunt it. They're too busy actually growing their wealth. And here's something that'll hit close to home. We are in the age of the new rich. People who seem to be overnight millionaires thanks to social media, crypto, or some fast money hustle. But let's be brutally honest. A lot of these people are riding waves that they don't understand. And when those waves crash, they're going to be left with nothing. Have you ever heard of the term paper millionaire? It means that on paper they're worth a lot, until the market turns, and then suddenly they're just broke again. Take influencers, for example. They're making money fast, but how many of them are actually saving or investing it? How many of them are setting up businesses that can sustain them long term? My guess, very few. They're spending it all as fast as it comes in, hoping that the influencer wave never stops. But here's a reality check. The wave will stop. When the algorithm changes or their popularity fades, what's left? A closet full of Gucci, but no investments, no property, no savings. Real wealth isn't about how fast you can make money. It's about how well you can keep it and grow it. Meanwhile, the ones out there showing off are often the ones on shaky financial ground. That's the dirty little secret that nobody tells you about. The louder that someone is about their money, the more likely it is that they're overcompensating for something. Why high income doesn't equal wealth. Here's another bombshell. Just because someone's making $500K a year doesn't mean that they're wealthy. Heck, someone could be making millions and still be broke. Sounds crazy, but it's true. A high income doesn't guarantee wealth. It just gives you more options. And what you do with those options makes all the difference. Think about it this way. Imagine two guys. One guy makes $1 million a year, but he spends $1.2 million. He's technically in the red. And then there's the other guy who makes $80K, but he spends only $40K and invests the rest. Who's wealthier in the long run? Exactly. You see, wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep and what you do with it. The guy stacking cash in smart investments, building a diversified portfolio, and living below his means is going to win the long-term game, even if he doesn't have the flashy toys right now. And that's what people miss. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're living beyond your means, you're not wealthy. You're just financially stretched with nicer things. The Ponzi scheme of fake wealth. Now, let's talk about the darker side of fake wealth. The scam artists and Ponzi schemers who use this illusion of wealth to trap other people. You've seen them. The so-called gurus who show off their lavish lifestyles and tell you that they can make you rich too, if you just buy their course. But here's the thing. A lot of these people are frauds. They're using the illusion of wealth to pull you into a scam. They rent out mansions for the weekend, hire models, take flashy photos, and then sell you a dream that isn't real. They're making their money by scamming others, not by being smart with their finances. Remember the Fire Festival? It was supposed to be this luxury music festival on a private island with yachts, villas, and celebrity chefs. People paid thousands for tickets. But when they got there, they were greeted with disaster relief tents and soggy cheese sandwiches. That is the ultimate example of performative wealth. It looks incredible on the surface, but underneath, there's nothing. The mental toll of looking rich. And here's something that nobody talks about. The mental toll of trying to look rich when you're not. This whole keeping up appearances thing is toxic. People are spending money that they don't have to keep up with a lifestyle that they can't afford just to impress people that they don't even know. You're constantly worried about keeping up appearances, making sure that your next post is even more extravagant than the last. You've seen it. Someone who maxes out their credit cards just to get the latest designer clothes, only to be broke by the end of the month. Or worse, they're sinking into debt, borrowing money to maintain a luxury lifestyle that they can't keep up with. You are stuck in this vicious cycle where you're living paycheck to paycheck. But on the outside, you're trying to make it look like you're living the high life. And that's exhausting. And honestly, it's not worth it. Because real wealth isn't about how rich you look, it's about how financially secure you feel. Stop chasing the illusion. So, here's the deal. Don't get caught up in the fake wealth game. Stop worrying about looking rich and start focusing on building something real. Real wealth is about freedom, not flexing. It's about having the financial security to do what you want when you want without being trapped in a cycle of debt. If you are constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses, or in today's world, keeping up with the influencers, you're never going to get ahead. The more you try to look rich, the further you get from being truly wealthy. I know, the idea of budgeting, saving, and investing doesn't sound nearly as fun as dropping $20K on a Rolex. But listen, if you want to actually build wealth, it's time to rethink what excites you. The truth is that real wealth is built through habits, not one-time flashy purchases. It is built by consistently putting away money into assets that grow over time, like stocks, real estate, or even businesses. The guys who are quietly investing their money are the ones who will have financial freedom down the road. Want to know what real flexing looks like? It's owning your home outright, having enough cash in the bank to cover a year's worth of expenses, or even having passive income streams of investments that pay for your lifestyle. That's what real freedom looks like, not the rented Ferrari for a weekend Instagram post. So the next time that you see someone on social media flexing their rented Lambo or leased mansion, ask yourself this. Are they actually wealthy, or are they just playing the part? Here's the bottom line. Being rich and being wealthy are two very different things. It is easy to get caught up in the flash, but true wealth is quiet, steady, and doesn't need to shout. Now, I'm not saying don't enjoy the finer things. If you've earned it, go ahead. But don't fall into the trap of thinking that spending more equals wealth. And that's all. So, how are you planning to make a difference in your life with more practical choices? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to respond to every single one of you. Like and subscribe if you love old money elegance and understated fashion. And if you don't subscribe, it means I'll just have to wait another day to onboard you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And of course, stay smart, stay wealthy.